I had no expectations when I came to the town of Barga, settled as it is in the hills of Tuscany. This town has forged a deep connection with Scotland over the last 180 years, with the push and pull of migration creating flow of families to towns and villages up and down Scotland. Now up to 40% of present-day residents have Scottish relatives. This town is certainly not on the tourist horizon, but we were really quite pleasantly surprised at what we found. As you can see, its location is quite different to most of the other places we've been to, settled as it is in the hills of Tuscany with the clouds below the level of eyesight and the temperature quite crisp. This is why Norm came, because of the Celtic or Scottish relationship to Italy. So we came to Barga for that reason, and here we found a Scottish pub. While we were on the castle grounds and the nearby church, we met up with two Americans who were in the town tracing their ancestry. And it was quite interesting to hear their stories of how they found their grandfather's home and so forth. And it was an interesting interlude. In fact, we ran into them in the restaurant where we had dinner that night, quite by accident, and it was a lot of fun. And talking about food, that was another great surprise we had in Barga. That evening we went out to Le Pergola Restaurante, where we ran into these Americans as well, and had a most delightful meal. And here are some of the dishes that I had, which I really will remember for a long time. This has been a most delicate and beautiful dish. Fried mushrooms from the area with beef, so delicate, and the dressing was just delightful. I'm going to see if the chef will tell me how he made it. And this is another dish of specially fried mushrooms from the area. We are in Porto Venere, which is one of the two ferry ports which leave this area. The other one is La Spezia, where we stayed a few years ago. So we're going to pick up the ferry from here to go to the Cinque Terre, which are the 5 cliffside villages: Reggio Maggiore, Don Vernazza, and some of the others are absolutely beautiful. So this is just Porto Venere, and if you are a fan of Andrea Bocelli, you will perhaps recall that Andrea Bocelli performed right here some time ago. What a setting for that. Pretty close to this area is a naval base, and I'll pan left here. So it is beyond those trees near La Spezia, which is the town in the distance. So this is Porto Venere. Isn't it beautiful? We are going to have something to eat here and then head off on the ferry. But I should recall that the last time we were in this area, we stayed in La Spezia, as I said, and we went to a fisherman's restaurant which was superb. I had a bowl of mussels for €5. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it then, and I don't know if they still have that price, but just €5 it cost me for a bowl of mussels, and I counted them, there were 41. In Brussels, I ordered the same mussels, and I think I must have had about 15 of them, and it cost me 20-something euro. That'll never happen again. I've been spoiled by Italy, at least this part of Italy. Restaurant they picked, so looks good. Us, fishing boat to pleasure boats. If you want to take a submarine ride too, here it is. Just exiting the Porto Venere, passing the fort. Then we will turn north to the Cinque Terre. First port of call is going to be Reggio Maggiore, which is actually one of my favorites from my last visit. And then we'll head up to Monterosso al Mare, which is at the end. Bridges were built where they were for fear of pirates, which raided this coast frequently. Enjoying our ride. Set of homes on the side of the cliff. We haven't even got to Reggio Maggiore yet. The view is Reggio Maggiore, the first village on our way north. Disembarking and other folks waiting to embark. So to give you an idea of where they dock, right by the rocks, and the town is just behind this cliff here. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. The port, Rio Maggiore. See the narrow street with the fishing boats. There's a train arriving at Manarola, which is our next stop by this boat. Into dock at Manarola, to drop off and pick up some folks. And then we're off again. The next stop would be Vanaza, my favorite. Wow. Fancy living here. So we're waiting to embark at Manarola. Look at people having eats and drinks at the restaurants overlooking the little village. We get off at my favorite stop on the Cinque Terre, Barga. I will wait here for the others and rejoin the ferry on the way back to Porto Venere. Here we go. Look at the crowds waiting to get back on. Wow.
Ciao.
The inner harbor to my favorite town on the Cinque Terre, Vanaza. There we go. What a beautiful, wondrous, quaint, unique town this is. And so a wonderful day ends with the sunset from the veranda of our apartment in Porto Venere.